It's very important that everyone understands what the Open Meetings Act entails, when you can and when you can't go into closed session. I think that it's the job of every council member to shout from the rooftops the rules, the regulations, which you can and cannot do, so that the citizens can hold all of us equally accountable.
Thank you. Back to Mark. How do you plan on collaborating with the DDA to further develop our downtown?
Colonel, right now our DDA is very slimly funded, and I believe it's important that we look at opportunities to further bolster that. I don't have a magic wand. I can't forecast the future, nor can anyone else. Nor should anyone even try to imply that. But what we can do is by improving the services that we render to our businesses, to those people that are looking to come to Cedar Springs, we can further enhance that ability. When we have participation of business owners in our community, when we look at opportunities, we can further develop that.
Thank you. Question for Pam. What do you think about the current city manager applying for the Howard City job?
I think he gets to do that. I will work with whomever. As a member of the school board, I worked with 2 superintendents. As a member of the city council, I worked with 2 city managers. And if he continues to be the city manager, I will gladly work with him. If he works for Howard City, I will wave and say, best wishes. We'll hire another city manager. That's kind of how it works.
Thank you. Betty, what are the resources available to help move our community forward, and why have they not been utilized yet?
Well, a lot of council members and a lot of people either don't, I don't know if they don't have the time or the ability to do that. And we have the school with the Kent County Sheriff's Department. We have North Kent Community Services that offer a great deal. We have different things with the pregnancy center here, and some things that I may know that others don't know. You hear things by talking to people and just getting involved and finding out more and volunteering. So I find out a lot of things that are available through that. And there's a Kent County resource guide for different things for Kent County people and residents as well.
Thank you. Rose, what do you think about campaign promises? What do you think about those who break them?
Campaign promises. I'm trying to think of people who have broken campaign promises, and I can't really tell you anything specific about campaign promises that have been broken. I just believe that the citizens of Cedar Springs have been very disappointed in some of the actions of City Council in the since August of 2011. And I don't know how to say that I can absolutely make sure that I can keep all my promises, but I sure would like to try. And hopefully anybody else that gets elected into City Council will try to keep their promises too, and we can move onward in a positive direction for all the people in Cedar Springs. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a few more questions here. Again, for Molly, it says, you stated that you don't support one way or the other, but yet you stated that one of your goals was to begin discussing again with Red Flannel Festival. So which is it? You can't quote two different ways.
Well, I'd like to make a distinction. I don't support the chamber versus the Red Flannel. Those two organizations are going to work it out amongst themselves with a judge if need be. I support the city working with Red Flannel Festival. I know that at one point we were very close on a contract. There was just some details that needed to be worked out. It was like someone ran out of coffee in the middle of the contract. And I don't know why that wasn't ever readdressed. I don't know why we didn't go back to that. We were so close to really having this done. So, no, I don't pick a side between the festival and the chamber. But as the city government goes, I would like to see them go back to the table with Red Flannel Festival.
Thank you. This one is for Mark, and again, you may have touched on part of this again, but it's from a separate source. It says, what is your vision for downtown?
My vision for downtown Cedar Springs is a very vibrant, sustainable community. I believe that we could look at opportunities to bring in additional businesses that will complement each other. Just because Mr. Ringler's establishment serves food does not mean it will take away from Kelly's restaurant or Main Street Cafe or the fast food establishments out on the hill. It will provide a unique and dynamic improvement for people to utilize resources locally. We talk about shop local, we talk about buy local, we talk about support our community. I'd like to see everyone buy everything that they could within the confines of the city of Cedar Springs. It's important that we understand one simple thing. If we don't come together as a community and buy in Cedar Springs and support Cedar Springs is going to face very difficult times. Look throughout other communities in the state of Michigan alone. We need to support our community. We need to buy local, shop local, and buy and shop local.
Okay, I have two questions remaining in there. They are actually for everyone. Again, we have our timer going, but I would ask everybody to keep it short, since we are looking for everyone to respond. And again, we'll take this one starting with Rose and work down the way. And if you want to, it's a question, I'll read it as it stated. Is anyone willing to commit to review the ordinances passed with the last administration to correct any inappropriate, over-restrictive language attached to the ordinance?
Well, I've studied quite a few ordinances, and I really haven't found any over-restrictive ordinances. And we have ordinances that are not enforced. Our sidewalk ordinances, shoveling the snow, clearing the snow for the kids and walking to school. They're not enforced. They got to be out in the road. There's ordinances all over the place. People parking on the sidewalks, blocking. Maybe that person that has a baby carriage or is in a stroller or a wheelchair. And it's like having speed laws that you don't enforce. So it's kind of hard to say that there are wrong ordinances out there. It just depends on the situation.
Just a yes or no. It's just a yes or no. That's all it is. It's just a yes or no question. Are you willing to look at them or aren't you? Real simple.
Yeah.
Okay, Patricia, your response? Are you willing to look at the ordinance passed which to correct any over-restrictive?
Yeah, if they, I've already talked to the different members of the chamber and different people with regards to signage or anything, if they want to sit down, and I have expressed this that all the groups within the planning commission and the city council, we should sit down and kind of see and have like we do with the budget, and sit down and have everybody comment on what they believe is too overbroad. Yes, I would.
Thank you. Mark?
Sonny, to answer the way you requested, yes.
Barry?
The same, yes.
Just a point of clarification, it's really not the job of the city council to do ordinances. That's really the planning commission. And the city council just votes on the recommendation of the planning commission. So what I would advocate is talk to the planning commission.
But are you not the final vote?
We're the final vote, but the planning commission makes the recommendation. And we can recommend to planning commission that we have a concern or an issue. And we have had parking, oh heavens, did we ever talk about parking? And it went back.